Well, you guys, today is Good Friday, and you might be wondering why the darkest day in history is called good. This is the day when Jesus was crucified, when at 12 noon it became dark as midnight, when the Son of God cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Shouldn't this be called a sad, bad, dark Friday? Here's the truth. This day is called good because what looked like the greatest defeat was actually God's greatest victory. Every detail fulfilled prophecy. It was written 500 to 1,000 years before, and it was fulfilled at the cross. In Isaiah chapter 53, verse 7, it says, "He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shears is silent." And at the cross, Jesus opened not his mouth. In Psalm 22:16, it says, "They pierced my hands and my feet." And at the cross, Jesus' hands and feet were pierced. In Psalm chapter 22, verse 18, it says, "They divide my garments among them and cast lots for my clothing." And at the cross, the soldiers gambled for Jesus' clothes. In Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10, it says, "They will look on me, the one they have pierced." And at the cross, his side was pierced. In Psalm 34:20, it says, "Not one of his bones will be broken." And at the cross, not a single bone was broken. In Psalm 69:21, it says, "They gave me vinegar for my thirst." And at the cross, that's exactly what happened. This was not random. It was written and then it was fulfilled 500 to 1,000 years later at the cross. And in fact, the crucifixion, is a complete reversal of everything that went wrong in the beginning. Adam was the first sinless man in a garden. Jesus was the last sinless man in a garden, the Garden of Gethsemane. There were two trees. One led to life, the other to death. Adam said, "My will, not yours." Jesus said, "Not my will be done, but yours." Adam disobeyed. Jesus obeyed. Adam took from the tree. Jesus gave his life on a tree. Adam created separation between him and God. Jesus opens reunion between humanity and God for those who believe. Adam and Eve were driven out of the garden and they lost access to the tree of life. Jesus invites us back into eternal life with God. And that is why, my friends, it's called Good Friday, because God was willing to part with his son for a moment so he could have you forever. Because what looked like darkness was actually God working out salvation. Because Friday is not the end. Sunday is coming. And here's the question. Will you stay outside of the garden, or will you receive what Jesus has already opened for you? Happy Good Friday.